What's up, Super Friends? For today, we're going to be having a look at the 1/12 Collective Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Superman figure from Mezco. I actually finally ordered it. I wasn't sure if I was going to. I typically don't order the action figures that come with an entire cloth goods uniform, but this one just looked too good to pass up, and I just had to pick him up. I really wanted to get Batman too, but Batman goes for way, way, way more than the Superman figure goes for, so at this point, this is all I got. But I'm happy to have him because Superman's my favorite, so let's open him up. Before we do that, though, let's have a closer look at the back of the packaging here. You got the busted sewer lid that he comes with. They got images of both the other heads that he comes with. And here he is just posed and stuff like that. Just basic back of the box artwork. And then it comes in a plastic sleeve, so we'll just slide that off. And you got that cool looking metallic box look right here. We'll just open it up. And that's nice. Got a nice big Superman symbol right there in the front, and then the figure clearly displayed in a window box. They really put a lot of work into making this product display very well. Got a quick peek at the heads and the hands and the sewer lid that it comes with, and the figure is wrapped in plastic on the inside too, likely just to keep it safer. Alright, so let's actually pop him out of the package now. 1/12 Collective clearly displayed on the top of the package, and there's going to be a whole lot of packaging here. Oh, wow. And here's what you get. So the action figure comes with all these accessories you see here. You have the angry heat vision eyes head. And, you know, I don't think I'll probably ever... I typically don't pose my Superman figures with their heat vision eyes, the heads they come with. And then it comes with angry face soups with the baring of the teeth. And these are expertly painted. Really, really nicely painted. We've also got two flight hands. Two sort of annoyed looking grabby hands. And then some really peeved looking grabby hands. We've also got this here sewer lid, and that's for him to grab onto and then rip apart, like so. You can see it's got a line in the middle there, and it just slots back in like that and makes a complete Gotham City sewer lid. Also, if you buy this action figure, you'll find that it comes not only with a high quality action figure stand, which the Mezco figures always do come with a high quality action figure stand. Very tight, the joints are always very tight, but it also comes with, as most caped heroes do that Mezco makes for their 1/12 Collective line, it comes with these bits that you can attach to the cape so that Superman's cape can be flowing out behind him like that and, you know, look generally cool. I don't usually use these on my caped figures from Mezco just because I find that they look weird and ugly clipped to the bottom of the cape, but some people really like that, and if you're into that, this comes with the typical Mezco cape attachments. Also, you have this nice little bag so that when you're not using the hands and the different bits that come with Cavill Superman, you can just put them all right there in that bag like that, and sewer lid and everything, and then you don't lose them. And then finally we have Superman. I'm really impressed with this Henry Cavill Superman figure in pretty much every single way. Now sometimes when you do a cloth goods uniformed action figure, it just doesn't work. They look like they're wearing jammies. Well, this one, I gotta tell you, when you look at the pictures online, compared to when you hold it in your hand and have it in real life, this is way more impressive in real life than it is online. I promise you that. If you buy this figure, you're gonna see it and go, wow, this is definitely better than all the pictures that I saw on other people's YouTube channels and on the blogs that do action figure reviews. This is a really, really cool looking figure in every regard. If we pull him in nice and close, first of all, let's take note of the S details. It looks fantabulous. Just looks really, really, really good. And they even have gone as far as to include that light blue that is on the outside of his S, which is accurate to the movie. Then you've got all the detailing here in the cuffs and in the side here. They've done an amazing job capturing all of it. All around. Just a fantabulous job. They got the little gold of the belt here. If you move up, you can see all the detailing and the texturing of his super boots. Just really, really, really impressive. And when you look at the neckline where the cape connects to the rest of his costume, again, that's accurate to the movie, and they have the lighter blue where all these attachments are, which is, again, accurate to the movie. If we take a peek at that head sculpt there, the initial one that he comes with, the regular-faced Henry, it's one of the only Henry Cavill Superman action figures that I think really looks like Henry Cavill. I don't feel like I have to do anything to this figure to make it look more like Henry Cavill. You know, whereas other Superman figures, I've done head swaps, I've been tempted to buy repainted heads and stuff like that. Really, really impressed with the overall look of this figure. And let's also take just a moment to look at the texture of the suit. They have that armor look that Superman's uniform has in the DCEU. And so this is an incredibly, incredibly high quality action figure. If you're a Superman fan and you're also a fan of the DCEU Superman, you're really going to want to pick this up because the quality is just amazing. The cape is made out of a nice, soft, red fabric. It feels really nice on the hands and it's really reflective. The reflective qualities really stand out on this cape and it really makes this figure pop. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm super, super, super impressed with the look of this action figure. Absolutely. Now, the articulation for this action figure, it being a Mezco, it's going to have a lot of articulation because Mezco tends to give their action figures a lot of articulation. If we just pop him off to the side here and have a look at this Batman figure that I've taken the suit off of and taken some of the parts off just to reduce it to its basic form, you'll see here that Mezco typically employs, you got the ab crunch, you got the waist here, you got the butterfly here in the arms, you've got the 360 ball hinge, you've got the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, you got double jointed knees, you got the groin that's also on a ball peg. Yeah, a ball peg, you got ball joints, you got the double jointed knees there. And this is typical of Mezco. This isn't just this Batman. You'll see that this is typical of Mezco figures. Same thing, you got the double jointed knees, you got the articulation in the ankles here, and it is going to be different than with Batman because Batman's got he's got the rocker with a hinge, where this is more of like a Marvel Legends type of ankle articulation. Then you got your groin articulation, which will be pretty much the same as Batman's. You got your waist articulation, you got your ab crunch, you got your shoulders that are the same as Batman's there, you got your double jointed elbows, and you got your wrist articulation in the form of a ball peg, and then you've got your head, which has neck articulation and head articulation by way of a ball joint. And so there is a lot of articulation. You've also got articulation here at the top of the boots. So yeah, there's a lot of articulation with this figure. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. And it's clearly, in my opinion, one of the best, very best attempts, very unique attempt at creating a Henry Cavill Superman action figure, for sure. So as for switching out old Soupy's head here, it's actually pretty easy. You just grab the head, pop it off. Mezco is pretty good at making sure that when they have an interchangeable head, it's not really hard to switch it because they make sure that the ball peg hole is actually big enough that you can just pop it on fairly easy. So you can go from being straight face Soups to, all right, I'm kind of annoyed Soups, to, all right, now I'm really pissed off Soups. Fairly easy, without much of a hassle, no fear of breaking that peg or damaging the figure when you change the heads. Now for the size and scale comparison portion of the video, I've got a Henry Cavill Superman figure from Mattel. It's from the Dawn of Justice line. I prefer that blue over all the rest of them. And you can see that they both fit into the 6-inch action figure scale proportions, except for this one is definitely wider and girthier. And if you wanted to do some kind of a head swap, like maybe you were thinking you would buy the Mezco and then also take the extra head and say pop it on this body, it just wouldn't look right because these figures tend to be girthier, so this head would just be way too big on this body. However, like previously stated, this figure is a 6-inch scale figure because he is almost the exact same height as this one. He's only taller by a butt hair. And now here he is in size and scale comparison to the Mafex Superman from Dawn of Justice and the DC Films Superman from Dawn of Justice. And, you know, he's definitely shorter than the DC Films version, but pretty much the same height when you stand him next to the Mafex version. But you can see how much more thin and spindly the version from Mafex is in comparison to the thick, girthier Henry Cavill from Mezco. In many ways, this really is a Superman action figure, all in a league of its own. It does things that no other action figure that's based on Henry Cavill Superman does or can do with the cloth goods uniform. It presents a look that is not achieved in any of the other Henry Cavill iterations of Superman. And Mezco really has a wonderful thing going here with this Henry Cavill Superman figure. So I suppose the question now is, as a reviewer, do I recommend this figure? Should you buy it? Well, the simple answer is yes. If you're a Superman fan, and if you're a Henry Cavill movie Superman fan, you're definitely going to want to pick up this action figure, because it is, in my opinion, the superior Henry Cavill Superman figure in comparison to all the rest. This outshines them compared to all the rest. It is better than this one, and it is better than this one, and it is absolutely better than anything that Mattel has put forward. That's not to say that these aren't excellent Superman figures. I love them all, and I love them in certain ways more than this one. However, overall, this figure wins the day. This wins the Superman Henry Cavill action figure competition in my mind. So absolutely pick him up. If you can find this guy for less than $100, you're doing good. Chances are you're not. You're probably going to find him for just over the $100 range. But if you want him, you got to get him soon, because he's only going to go up in price and get harder to find. So that would be my final say. Get him if you can. If you want him, don't hesitate. Don't wait 6 months down the road, because he's only going to get more expensive. But with that said, I am done the video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. I really appreciate you taking the time to do so. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it, leave a thumbs up so that I know you liked it. And if you have any comments at all, leave them down in the comment section below. If you think you might want to see more of my sort of content show up in your inbox, remember to hit the subscribe button and ding that bell so that you never miss a video, and I will see you in the next one. Have an awesome day, Super Friends. Take care.